Well, hello, folks. I hope you have had a fantastic start to your December. Over the past few days, I have been in Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi. I have not seen as much of the Adam drama as it unfolded as a lot of people. So I have tried to play catch up, read some of the great comments that are out there, look at some of the great videos that are being done by Troll Patrol, for example, the editor and the sheriff knocking it out of the park. And the only reason that I want to do an additional video is if I feel that I can bring something to the table and that we can have some sort of a discussion that hasn't already been rehashed by other people. The big theme of what I'm going to talk about in this video is the narrative that Adam is desperately trying to spin, and he's been trying to spin it for a little while now. So a couple things right off the bat about the new mystery lady in Adam's videos in his life, be it friendship, be whatever it is. I am not here to divulge who she is. You can find that out pretty easily. And this is someone who sells her image, who puts herself out there. So she clearly is not trying to live a life on social media, paid media, whatever it is, and not have people know who she is. That would be, counterproductive to her business model. But we do know that Disney is something that this person loves and hopefully is able to separate maybe the adult media pursuits versus a place that she just enjoys being. I say all this to say, I saw a comment that I thought was pretty interesting that said, this is not anything new in Adam's life. This is a person who has been a friend with benefits for some time. Now, the social media footprint that Adam has left behind, for all of you using your Columbo-like research skills, would indicate that they have more than likely been talking, at least through Instagram, since the early part of September. So that would give some credence to what that poster had said, that this is not new, that this has been something that's going on for a little bit. One of the things that Adam continued to talk about in his comment section was that this is the first time that they had actually been able to go to the park together. But then he said this that I thought was interesting. So Adam the Woo today was actually leaving up a lot of the comments that were questioning who this person was, that were questioning the fact that he is now seen with yet another person that does OnlyFans, and again, kind of going against the image that he puts out there. He was fighting back against all those, not deleting those comments. Did delete one that I thought was interesting, we'll talk about in a second. But he then said this in the midst of a meltdown where he was just answering every question that came in. He said here, I film lots of videos where I don't show those who are with me. Some prefer to be in the videos and some don't. The longer I do this, the more choose not to. And I'm paraphrasing because I'm not looking at the exact quote. But the longer he does this, the more that choose not to be in his videos because of situations like, for instance, the Troll Patrol video. So Adam is trying to spin the narrative that because these people may be talked about in videos or may be captured on camera by somebody, the very thing that he does, this is causing his potential love interest to distance themselves from Adam. So clearly what we can glean from this is Adam is directly blaming different channels, Troll Patrol, maybe myself, maybe people like Demonic Abyss in the past who have speculated about his relationship status. He's blaming kind of that whole troll sphere as causing his friends to no longer want to be on camera with him for fear of speculation that they're an item with him and that they're going to be harassed in some way. Now, I just don't see that that has played out. In fact, in Daphne's situation, she had a successful YouTube channel where people were not only kind to her, but had kind of embraced her. So it doesn't really shape up like what the Woo Man is trying to put down. And the editor talked about this brilliantly in his video earlier, but that for Adam to think that if he's going to go out in public, someone that for a living films other people without their consent, for him to think anywhere is private, let alone Disney, is insane. It's going to happen. He is a pseudo celebrity, especially when it comes to Disney, as he is there so often, so much more than he even puts on camera. So yeah, there are people that are going to be in places with similar camera equipment that he has that are going to take some shots when they see Adam out and about with a gal pal, which is something different than what he portrays in his videos. Does that mean it's wrong? Does that mean that either he or his friend need to be drugged through the mud? Of course not. And nobody is insinuating that. Adam was also pretty enraged about how dare people speculate that she might be an escort, that he might have paid for her time, that the woman in Vegas the same way. He didn't call her out by name, but he's obviously referring to that whole situation too. How dare people think that he is visiting women of the night, ladies of the night. We would be surprised at how many people have OnlyFans accounts. I get it, Adam, that OnlyFans is an option for a lot of women and men, and especially in a certain age bracket. I don't think it's as many as you act like it is. It's still a very small, minute part of society. It may be a large part of your friend base because that's who you're going after on Instagram, and that's weird. And they tend to be in a very specific age bracket, and that's weird. Is it illegal? Is it wrong? I don't think so. And for anybody to try and insinuate that, well, you better have some evidence to back that up. But I think here's a situation where clearly this girl is well above age. And if they want to have a consenting relationship, good for them. But it's also okay for people to say this big age gap, this wanting to sexualize Disney and dressing younger and the Mickey ears and the mini skirt and trying to look younger. And this person tries to look younger in photos. And Adam seems to be driven towards that, to give off this squeaky clean image, this Mr. Rogers of Disney, this son of a pastor, this straight edge. He doesn't drink. Everything is dumbed down. But yet he's a bit of a freak. It's okay for people to say, hey, this is kind of weird. Doesn't mean it's illegal or wrong. It means we're entitled to have an opinion. And that's what Adam hates. Even the video that Adam has been so angry about, where his privacy was violated and he thinks it ought to be illegal, that he can't even enjoy a day in the park. Well, you're working, dude. Even this time that you think you should be 100% left alone, that you're just hanging out with a friend, as you call it, a friend who's on your arm. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you having a relationship. Stop working for a few minutes. Put down the camera. Enjoy the friend. You'd probably stick out a whole lot less than you do shoving a camera everywhere and making this person that's with you, that you're enjoying a time with, making them stay far enough away so it doesn't appear like you're in the video with anybody. That's what's even weirder, to go back and watch his video and know that he had to pretend that whole video that he was alone, that he inserted voiceover at very specific times where you can actually hear still a little bit of a voice underneath. He had to cover that up. To again, why? Why do you need to act like you're alone? This is the comment that I was alluding to earlier of the many comments that he left up. This one he deleted right away. Basically, it was saying, cry me a river, Woo. You're upset about getting comments when you put yourself online. You don't like being criticized for hanging out with a girl that's in pigtails, that again is trying to portray this young girl with certainly a sexualized Disney connotation. If that's too hot for you, delete your channel. And he didn't like that comment at all. So a lot of people are saying that Adam is going to ride this to viewing success. Take that, haters and trolls and jealous people. Well, he hasn't yet. He hasn't yet. The views from today's video were extremely poor. I mean, dropping like a weight. And you would think of all the people trying to comment and all of Adam going back and forth and answering all the comments, you'd have some residual from that, and no, one of the lowest videos he's had in a while. And that doesn't really have anything to do with this situation. People are just getting sick of the same old, same old. Even the loyal fan base, some people are leaving over the continued weirdness from Adam, but most Woovians don't care. They don't care. They're just there to see whatever the content is. Adam was under the impression that the content was him. Maybe at one time it was. It's not anymore. But I don't think this is going to have any bearing on the health of his channel per se, unless he really starts getting wild and completely counterculture to who he has tried to portray himself. This is going to make for a very weird Hawaii trip, I would imagine. A very awkward situation as Papa Woo continues to try to understand Adam's relationships, trying to make sense of it. But it's, in that regard, it is nobody's business but Adam, who he associates with. He needs to live his life however he wants to. But trying to blame channels that have an opinion about his content for shutting down his privacy, for making his life harder, you brought this on yourself, bucko. You put yourself out there. You overshare the same way Tampa J and Chris the Girl and others, carpetbagger, overshare things that your audience doesn't need to know about. And then you wonder why they have opinions on your weird love life. It comes with it. It comes with it. Thanks for listening, everybody.